YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to yet another video. I am in a rush as per usual. I am buying a Tacoma. Okay, I found this Tacoma 10 minutes from my house. And while I was in the gym, and I just went and looked at it, and we're gonna do a coin flip. 1,300 or 1,500 for this truck. I think that's a super good deal. It's a first gen Tacoma. Frame needs a lot of work, but I think we can handle it. So I'm gonna steal the battery out of my TDI because it doesn't have a battery. Steal it out of the TDI. And then we're going to head over there and check it out, or pay the guy, do a coin flip. And yeah, so if anything crazy happens, in the meantime, I'll update you, but I'll probably just update you when I get the truck back here, and we go from there. Phew. All right. Here she is, boys. Lost the coin flip, so $1,500, but I am not too mad. It is a 1999 Toyota Tacoma pre-runner. It is a 6-lug truck with the 2.7 in it. And I actually really like this thing. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. She is a beater, okay? She has seen some things. She needs some love. But I think for $1,500, could I have really gone wrong? Team Real Tree, of course. That's pretty lit. Love the color on it. The green is sweet. The interior is interesting, okay? It's got some aftermarket seats, which are very comfortable, but little odd. And this thing has been sitting for 2 years. So the story was, the fella I got it off of, he had bought it literally just to go to Lowe's. So it was his Lowe's running truck. Anyways, so I picked it up, and obviously she's got some rust. So, yep, hole in the bed. You'll have that on those big jobs. Then the main one, boys and gals, as you all know, leaf spring hanger. Rusty. This is the worst side. The other side's actually not that bad, which I'll show you guys. I always stay away from Tacomas, obviously, that are rusted. But this one, the whole front of the frame was in really good shape. And as you can see, this leaf hanger is not went yet. It's definitely starting. And all this stuff needs cut out and patched, but I think I can handle that, no problem. But the front of the frame is actually in really good condition. So that was my main concern, because when the front of the frame on these, I'm not a professional by any means, but it makes it a whole lot more of a pain to patch and repair the front of the frame, especially once you get up way too far, kind of where the rack and pinion mounts. That can get super sketch. But yeah, I'm actually really excited to get tearing into this thing. We are gonna get some metal and start patching up the frame, cutting out the old stuff, welding in new sections. Depending what I decide to do with this truck, I'm definitely gonna do safety caps, but I'm not sure I want to tackle that just yet, because I don't really feel like pulling the bed and the gas tank and all that stuff. So that's more of a winter job. Blur out the plate here, but yeah, it's honestly a really cute little rig. It's I like it a lot. So first order of business is we're gonna get this engine bay cleaned up, because let me tell you, it is disgusting. Like I said, it's been sitting for 2 years, and it looked like a family of 19. Yeah, and it looks not too bad here, but if you get down in there, I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, it looks like a family of 25 rats have been making nests in here, which is really awesome. So we're going to actually get this cleaned up. I went ahead and threw a new battery in there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the next day, and we had to secure some parts for the old Team Real Tree Tacoma. So yeah, we bought some metal for this thing. Got 2 sheets right here. I think that should be plenty enough to patch up the frame for now. We also went ahead and ordered upper and lower ball joints, as well as tie rod ends, inner and outer tie rod ends, and I think a few other things came. I just bought like the kit, the front end refresh kit. So we're gonna be doing that. We also got a 2-inch leveling kit for this thing. So yeah, I'm excited that parts are finally coming in for this thing. It's only been literally like 3 days, and I'm already tearing into this thing with throwing new stuff in it, so that's cool. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna jack up the truck, pull the wheels off, then start kind of grinding away and seeing what needs saved and what needs cut out and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna jack it up, throw it on jack stands, and go from there. About an hour later, we got this side done. Again, not pretty in the slightest, but I'm actually decently happy with how that turned out. There was a lot of different pieces involved to make everything work in there. Again, this is kind of just a temporary patch. I know the real way how to totally fix this frame would be pulling the bed, buying the safety caps, and then fully basically almost replacing the frame from the cab back. But this is just a repair for now. I'm pretty confident that that will hold up for what I'm going to use it for. I don't see it cracking apart anytime soon. So yeah, the frame is mostly done. I'm going to go through. There's definitely a few other places that could probably use patched, so we're going to look through because I do have a bunch of metal left over. We just received our front ball joints and front end stuff, so we're probably going to do that, throw the wheels back on, throw the lift on, and then I kind of want to polish this paint. I know you're thinking, why would you polish a turd? But I'm just kind of interested to see how it turns out. This is the worst side. This side's a lot better when it comes to body rust. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. Polish that, paint, see how that green looks. Then in the interior, none of the air switches work, so I'm thinking it's a fuse or something. So I need to go through that and see what's causing that not to work, because ideally AC would be pretty nice. So yeah, we're gonna probably slap the wheels back on and get to working on the front. So now with the frame being repaired, we are throwing some engine flush in this thing. This thing's been sitting for a few years, like I said, and so I thought, I've never really used engine flush besides once in GTI that I owned a while back. So I was like, why not throw it in? $7 at Walmart. So I believe the directions just say to throw the whole thing in the oil and let it idle for 5 to 15 minutes. Drain the old oil out and then just do oil change as you normally would. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw it in, and we're going to hope it doesn't blow anything up. Never actually looked in there, so thankfully it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, we're going to throw that in, idle it. I'll let you guys know if it explodes my motor. But yeah. She's been idling for about 13 minutes. Now it's oil change time. Not going to film it because it's boring. Just got some synthetic 5W30 and AutoZone STP filter. So gonna knock this out real quick. And a few days later, and it's a beautiful day out here. Super awesome day to work on the old Taco. Okay, so we are we got a 2-inch leveling kit, and we got lower ball joints for this thing. Also have uppers. If these are blown, I'm gonna replace them. If not, I'm not going to, because those are a pain. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started on loosen everything up and kind of going from there. But yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. But you know how this thing go. Every time I say that, it seems to be pretty bad. So I think we're also gonna look at taking the rear blocks out at some point. I also did get from my neighbor. He gave me these bald like 33s, I think, or 34s. Yeah, 285, 75, 16. So they are like 33.9, I believe. So we're gonna be throwing these all on the old rig. We're gonna be putting some Tundra stocks, using Tundra stocks wheels, and then throwing these tires on. Take out the rear blocks, lift the front, and yeah, should be a pretty good unit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the next day, or should I say night. As you can see, we are working on the old machine again. We just put in the lift kit, finished up those ball joints, all went smoothly. So gonna throw we already did the passenger side, now we're about to do the driver's side. Throw it in and then see how it looks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got the tires back from the tire shop. I'm not sure where we picked up from last, but got the ball joints and all that good stuff in the lift installed. Sits pretty perfect, about just how I want it. So yeah, we just got these wheels and tires back from the tire shop. So they are pretty roached out, but my neighbor gave them to me, so I was like, free tires, can't go wrong with that. They're 285/75, so these are actually pretty beefy tires. And then I put them on, since they're for a 16-inch wheel, I put them on some 16-inch Tundra stocks I had laying around. So, because these are 15-inch and those obviously won't work. So yeah, we're gonna get these slapped on and see how it looks. Hopefully I can turn. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do some trimming and I'll be able to stuff them in there, no issues. So yeah, I'll get them unloaded and throw them on. Well, boys, I think you know what time it is. Cue the time lapse in Trudy Oak.
Well, whatever you are doing in my dreams, it's turning out to be a living nightmare when I sleep. But I got the upper hand, 'cause I was gone before she ever really knew I left. Barstool's my escape from things that I don't wanna see.
Well, boys, we just got the wheels on. It looks insanely good. I know you guys are probably dying to see it. But you know what how that saying goes? It's like limit or day keeps the Toyota at bay. So yeah, she loves it. She absolutely loves it. Anyways, I'll show you guys what the heck this thing looks like.
In the morning as she slammed my trailer door, she said, I knew that it was coming. You've been running with that horde. As I stared at my new girlfriend wearing nothing but my shirt, I hit the bottle one more time and went to work. BA West Texas degenerate. Oh, well, I'm a West Texas.
So I think that is going to wrap up today's video. I guess part 1 of the Tacoma build video. Pretty fun little build. I love these cheap little quick projects. Just probably going to use this little around town truck. It's real fun to drive. It's real tiny, which is super nice compared to the old Duramax, even though the Duramax is not that big, but in comparison it is much bigger. So yeah, it's honestly been really fun working on this thing. I really just have a big love for these Tacomas. This is probably my 4th Tacoma I've owned in about 3 years, so I really like them. And I also really like not having much money into them at all. So I'll kind of actually go over what I have into it, what we need to put into it, and kind of show you guys you don't need that much money to build a nice truck or a nice enough truck. Of course, this thing is not perfect by any means. It needs a lot of love. But I don't think I'm in this thing with registration, everything. I don't think I'm into it more than $1,700 at the moment. You just got to be thrifty with your parts. You know, you can go cheap on certain parts, and there's certain parts you should not cheap out on. So yeah, I'm actually going to go through that kind of now and list out kind of what all went into this truck. So starting things off with the truck itself, I paid $1,500 for it. I was going to get it for $1,300 if I won the coin flip. As you guys know, I didn't win a coin flip. So that was $200 on my bad. Anyway, so we paid $1,500 for the truck. It needed headlight bulbs, which I bought headlight bulbs, and it did not fix the headlight issue. So I have a fuse or wiring issue that I need to dig into, which is kind of annoying, but not too worried. Shouldn't be too complicated. Those were $13. These wheels I had, they were laying around, so I didn't pay for them. My neighbor gave me the tires. And then to mount the tires and balance, it was $25. Let's see. The lower ball joints and tie rod ends, and there's a few of the front end. I just kind of bought the rebuild kit for the front end. I didn't do all of it because stuff wasn't as worn as I thought it was. Also got upper ball joints, but didn't install them because they weren't ready to be installed. But that was I think $100 for that kit. So that wasn't too bad at all. Now, if you are replacing lower ball joints on these, you should, if you don't know when they've last been done. But you should always go OEM. I did not go OEM, but I 100% recommend going OEM. I actually kind of regret not getting the OEM. I don't know why I did. I wanted to save the money at the time, but there's really no reason not to for the extra money. So, did that. Let's see. We repaired the rear of the frame section, as you guys know. That was $12 in metal, I want to say. Maybe a cutoff wheel, so we'll just say $15. The oil flush and all that stuff that I did to it, and the oil change, that was another $40. And I think that is it, actually. Registration was, I think, $100, so we'll put that in the total. I'll put the total up here on the screen, like right there, and see how much I have into this thing. But yeah, you guys really don't need to have that much money to have a cool looking truck. I know you see a lot of super built trucks on $10,000 wheels all the time, which is totally awesome, but also, you know, the cheap stuff's cool as well. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more first gen Tacoma content, leave a comment down below. There's still stuff we need to do this thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Diesel, Lincoln blackface, welding red.